No doubt about it. Last night was a heck of a night. I stayed up extremely late playing some Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I am so tired, but it was so worth it. I don't usually stay up, late to play video games when they unlock, but man, I just had to, and I don't regret it. Just a fantastic, fantastic game so far, and actually beats my expectations for what I initially thought the game would be. What I mean by that is, like the stuff where you see with the rifting and pulling yourself through the rift, beyond anything I've seen, beyond what even they showed, because it's much faster in real time than what they've shown. The performance mode with ray tracing is how I'm playing the game. Absolutely stunning. I have to say, the best looking game I've ever seen in terms of everything. I mean, this is Pixar quality playing in a video game, and I mean that wholeheartedly. It's just that good. And the fact of the matter is, like, you can go up close to take a picture, and you see the fur, and you see indentations and things like that, and you just know, wow, this is pretty incredible stuff. So yeah, I love it. I think it's fantastic, and people seem to really be responding to what Sony's doing now. What the future holds, I don't think any of us really know. I think that we're all expecting more exclusives from Sony. Obviously, PlayStation 5 exclusives is probably what we most want to hear about, right? Like, none of the cross-gen stuff. I know cross-gen stuff is still coming, but what's super important, and what this video is really more about, is the fact that so many people doubt PlayStation from the beginning. So many YouTubers with twangy accents and banjos, and just realistically, so many have been so wrong about what was going to be the difference between Xbox games and PlayStation games. And when you see Xbox exclusives, I mean, there hasn't really been any, but I mean, I guess you could just look at something like, what the hell could you, the Medium, I guess? I don't know. When you just look at stuff, it's just funny to me that, nothing really matches up that Microsoft does compared to the PlayStation 5. I mean, you could say Gears of War looks good, and it's always looked good, but it just looks like Gears of War. There's not that, moment where it looks like a Pixar movie. And I know that's a more realistic looking game, and it does look good, but it's like not PlayStation good. You know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't even be in the top 20 on PlayStation graphical, and so it's weird. But I want to get into this. What's up, everybody? Slap that like button. Go ahead, slap it. Slap, slap, slap. Give it a slap. Slap, slap, slap-a-roo. So, anyway, yeah, this is very interesting because I just find it funny. Like, regardless, we know that the PlayStation 5 is custom RDNA 2 because Sony said so, Mark Cerny said so. Everybody tries to make a big deal out of it. What does custom mean? Well, it means that they put their own spin on it. They help put this in there. This is something that obviously a lot of people have been talking about for a while. And, I think that that's exactly what, probably makes this so interesting, is because whatever's in the PlayStation 5, the custom part, we don't really know yet. Like, but whatever it is, they've been able to get out there and completely kind of dominate and match up to everything the supposedly more powerful Xbox Series X could do. And here we are, 8 months into the generation, and we get something like Ratchet and Clank, and just wow, it just really wows you. So I think that that's what a lot of people are kind of questioning. And then we look at what happened yesterday. Radeon went out there and which is official AMD stuff, and they tweeted out, "We're proud that our groundbreaking RDNA 2 and Zen architectures help enable incredible next-gen PS5 experiences like Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart." And they had quoted the Eurogamer article about how Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart on PS5 is why we need next-gen exclusives. And as you can imagine, I'm actually going to link this, but the salty comments from the Xbox fanboys, just unbelievable. And, and I just find that to be funny, just how in their feelings they get. Like, I get it, it's custom on PlayStation 5, and people want to believe Phil Spencer that Xbox Series X is just full, whatever that means. Yet there's like little to no difference between both consoles when they play multiplats, which is quite hilarious. And oftentimes performance is better on PlayStation 5. But just how uneasy and how fragile a lot of these Xbox fans are when something comes up to question or challenge the Xbox Series X, right? Like, that to me says it all. You know what I mean? And I just found that to be one of the funnier parts about this, is they're so insecure. And at the end of the day, I feel like let's just say, hey, I really do feel like Sony nailed it. And I know I say that a lot, but even in the article, which I actually already did cover, they mention how it's RDNA 2 and how this couldn't have been done on previous gen hardware and stuff like that. So, and we talk about the solid state drive, and I can point out, as someone who's actually used it, that yeah, this has been quite incredible, even more so than what we originally sought, and what we originally saw. So, what we have here is Ratchet and Clank is following a very careful pattern from Insomniac Games, and I'm very thankful for that, because Insomniac Games seems like they're able to get games out at a breakneck pace. The game is available today, and I think that I'm a few hours in. It's some people broke Street Date or with it or whatever, played it early copy, and I saw some stuff. But if you were curious about the differences with performance mode, ray tracing, and things like that, there was a comparison done, and I'm going to link this as well so you can check it out. The main difference appears to be that the resolution in the ray tracing mode, performance mode, in the ray tracing mode, the frame rate appears to be identical, so it's locked to the regular performance mode with the benefits of reflections. The difference to the fidelity mode is the quality of the reflections, which appear to render in a lower resolution. So if you're just blasting your way through the game, you're not even really going to notice it. As for the resolution, the fidelity mode runs at 4K 30 with the benefits of ray tracing. The performance mode with ray tracing runs at a 4K dynamic resolution that appears to average around 1440p. The performance mode renders at a resolution of 1440p to 4K and averages out to about 1800p. So there doesn't appear to be any major differences in terms of visuals aside from slight resolution. 60 frames per second based on the difference. We definitely recommend sticking with ray tracing performance mode, which was added to the game with a day one update. So yeah, they dropped a day one update on this that was absolutely fantastic. I have to say, that realistically, this is something that really they should be super excited about. And for me personally, that's going to be great. I find that that's going to be what most people play at. Like, for me personally, that's what I'm playing at. It looks fantastic. I've switched it a couple times. I can't notice a difference personally. Again, I play on a CX OLED though. So I think that's going to be something that we're going to see before too long anyway, is that more people adopt multiple ways to play this. And I know a lot of people might go, well, why would they do a 4K 30? To be honest with you, a lot of people might not care about that. They might want all the bells and whistles of a native 4K, which might look a little bit crisper. It's hard for me to tell because everything looks so bright and vibrant anyway. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how this all works out. For me personally, I love this. I think this is fantastic. I love that they're giving everybody options. So we'll have to see. But I gotta say, I'm more impressed with how this is, and how they've been able to sort of achieve such amazing things. And I think they can't get enough credit for that. So I'm gonna get back to the game. Hopefully, you guys are all playing it and enjoying it, and seeing it for yourselves. I'm glad that they put the rest, all the downgrade nonsense and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, this has been upgraded, which is rare in these kind of instances. So we'll see what happens. Thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic day. E3 is right around the corner. Looking forward to it. Rack 'em up. Crapgamer out.